Today on the channel, we play a game of old-fashioned pocket pool with Monster in My Pocket-inspired big rubber guys with Shotsy and Danhausen.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Big Rubber Guys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got some limited edition fun in Shotsy and Danhausen Monster in My Pocket inspired figures. But for all your Big Rubber Guy needs and a whole lot more, better head over to Collect Major for these, as I'm sure there's going to be more style of these in the future. But of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this was an interesting one. I was like, do I buy these or do I not buy these? Now, I'm into the wrestling. I'm into all the Big Rubber Guys wrestling stuff for sure. These are technically wrestling. So I said, well, I better get these, as these are a little bit more limited, but rightfully so. These are not for everybody. There's no doubt about it. Not everybody wants these kind of repaints. They almost look like prototype figures, if you ask me. Red and green, looking very cool, and I'm sure we're going to get more of these in the future. But as I said, these are not for everybody. And it's getting tough in the Big Rubber Guys. There's a lot of wrestling to keep track of. But now that we got, the other properties of the Rambos of the world, Princess Bride around the corner, and all points in between, it's getting very tough to be a completionist on the Big Rubber Guys stuff. And I know they would be the first to tell you, don't be a completionist. But there's something fun about being a completionist. But I think those days are coming to an end for 99.9% of people when you add in the baseball properties and other properties that are to come. But that being said, I still really enjoy these figures. Really great nostalgia to my childhood collecting LJN wrestling. These ones maybe a step too far, because Monster in My Pocket, to me, I remember hearing about them, never owned them. I believe that was a 90s property, maybe early 2000s. Like I said, it was never for me. Monster in My Pocket was almost kind of the equivalent of Monsters wrestling muscle figures once upon a time, which I did collect the muscle wrestling figures. And that would be really cool in Big Rubber Guys now that I think about it. So that would be pretty fun to have. But enough jibber jabber out of me. Let's get down to it. You know how we're going to do this review. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to start it off with old Shotsy right here. Shotsy getting a repaint. She loves a good monster movie, a good creature from the Black Lagoon. So this one makes a lot of sense for her. And same thing for Danhausen in this set. Be interested to see who else they do with this style. I guess we'll wait and see. Very familiar packaging on this, however, with a twist, with the blue background, a very different look to this. Zombie-like Shotsy down here, Big Rubber Guys. Up top, Big Rubber Monsters, 18 and up on these. Looking very good. Nothing on the side of the packages. And then on the back, we got a new backing card. Are we going to see this in the future for other releases? As we do know, the back of the packaging has got very full with all the releases over the last couple of years. I do like the artwork, and I do like this, highlighting some recent releases here. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts, but I do like the back of the package on this one. No Easter eggs, nothing to come in the future here, but it does say Big Rubber Monsters Series 1. This is a line I would like to see, 2 to 4 figures a year. I think that is the magic number. If you do these every couple of months, you're going to lose the people, I do feel. But they're showing off the traditional Big Rubber Guys, movie Big Rubber Guys, Big Rubber Monsters, major stars, no major bendies. They're somewhat on ice, it seems to be at this point. It does say full checklist available now at collectmajor.com. So I think that is the new packaging style on the back. You go to Collect Major if you want the rest of the checklist. I think that's smart, as there's so many figures now, it's almost impossible to keep track of. But let's get old Shotsy out of the package here. See what's going on, dare I say. See what all the fuss is about. And here we go. Little Shotsy action. Now, I do keep all my packaging here. I have no idea what I'm doing with all this. It's getting to be too much. I'd hate to throw it all away, but we'll just have to see what happens in the future. But I got an idea. We'll see. But off to the side, a gentle see you later, goodbye. But let's dive into Shotsy here. Little deja vu. Feel like we've been here before. All green, almost like an Army Man. This is almost like an Army Man figure here, but you got the horns on the top. You got the helmet. Looking very good. Now, One thing that I think they probably like about this one is they don't have all the deco, all the paint of the original figure, and we'll do comparisons later on, so it makes it a little bit easier. It's just basically straight up green, Monster in My Pocket style once again. But you got Shotsy here, no articulation, duh, these guys don't have articulation. But it does look good. It just, to me, it really screams like this is a prototype version of Shotsy, is what it reminds me of. And I wouldn't be shocked to see on eBay one day, 5 years from now, Shotsy Blackheart prototype, big rubber guys, and somebody trying to sell this. I could see that happening. She does got the cat scratch fever hands ready to claw your back if you're not careful. Got the green leather jacket, the green hair, the green face, which is always diabolical to go green face. Only Lou Ferrigno and the Incredible Hulk can pull that one off, but Shotzi's trying her best, looking good. Not a lot going on. Collect Major 2026, Major on the bottom, no peg in the hole, nothing like that. Helmet fits on the head, like so. Kind of what you see is what you get. That's kind of what it reminds me of here, but I do got Shotsy off to the side, the original Shotsy. Obviously, if I'm going to pick, I'm going to go the regular figure here. Makes a little bit more sense, but you could, I guess, do a little switcheroo here, add a little dash of color, or other way around. How about that? There we go. You could switch them around if you wanted to, give you a little extra meat on the bone if you need to. But the Shotsy figure, the original, is so fun because of all the tattoo work, all the cool color schemes. You lose a lot of that over here. But that being said, it's what it's trying to represent. And I think out of all the big rubber guys, Danhausen and Shotsy make the most sense for the Monster in My Pocket style. So, is what it is. There we go. There's old Shotsy. Ladies first. You know how it is. But now we turn our attention over to a guy that never had an action figure he would turn down, and good for him, it's about the money. He went to the school of Ventura. He said, follow the money, all the way to the pay window, all the way to the bank account. It is Danhausen in red, looking like a TV commercial for a gummy candy or something, like a Sour Patch Kid or something. He almost looks good enough to eat. That's what I'm going to say. Looking good in the blue here, looking nice all over the place. Danhausen, big rubber guys, big rubber monsters. Nothing on the sides. Same background, except you do get Danhausen up here. No blurbage, nothing like that going on. But we're going to pull old Danhausen out. Getting the most out of the mold. This is the third time we've seen this mold for Danhausen. Can I get it? There we go. We're getting there. Once again, I do save my packaging. Plastic Danhausen prison here. Doesn't smell strawberry or cherry. Nope, he doesn't. Oh, come on. What are we doing here? Come on, Danhausen. There we go. Oh my goodness. I will say no cracked plastic or anything. We've been up and down with that over the last couple of years with the big rubber guy style figures. This one came in very nice shape. See you later. Goodbye. Gentle off the side. See you later. Yep, no cherry, no strawberry here, but in a plot twist, smells like root beer. I don't understand it either, Todd McFarlane. Smells like root beer, but it is Danhausen. And then once again, I said it about Shotsy. She's got so many colors, so many tattoos going on. It feels very strange. Same thing with Danhausen. Very colorful wrestler, as we know Danhausen. Looking good. I'm hoping this is the end of this Danhausen mold. And I like what they did is they went off different path from all the other Danhausen figures with the cape and the wrestling gear. He's got the long tights instead of the shorts and stuff, or the other way around, whatever it is. I guess long tights here. I would like to see them give us a traditional Danhausen. I think I'd like to see that in the big rubber guys if they're going to continue on with Danhausen figures. As usual, no articulation with these. He's going to curse you. Watch out for that. Nobody likes to get cursed or cursed at, as we know. But all in red here. Very, very bright red. Could see, once again, like Shotsy, somebody saying, this is a prototype. It's a prototype. And not quite. But Danhausen looking pretty good. Not a lot to say about these guys. They're pretty plain, really, in honesty, when you get them here. Just the colors, of course. But we do got Danhausen over here this time. You got both versions of the prior Danhausen figure. You got one in red, one in black, and now we got full-on red. Pretty darn wild here, but it is the toy business here. You got to get the most out of your molds, and that's exactly what they're doing here with Danhausen and Shotsy today. Not going to be for everyone. I would say barely for me. It's just because they're the wrestling inspired. That's why I'm collecting these. But I think if they were something else, it wouldn't be for me. If they do the John Rambo in this kind of color, not going to be for me. But wrestling, I collect wrestling. I can do that leap to that, but I know some cannot do that leap, and I totally get it. And like I said, you don't have to get it all. No doubt about it. But there it is. Collect Major. Big Rubber Monsters, Series 1, Danhausen and Shotsy. Really be interested to hear your thoughts on these. Are they pickups, passes for you? Did you get Monster in My Pocket back in the day? So does that give you a little nostalgic feel for these? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring each and every single day. Appreciate all the support out there. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, every Tuesday where podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for Big Rubber Monsters Series 1, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?